classic thing. It's always one random card that's super expensive from whatever.
Yeah, and then it goes down and then it goes back up again because people are like, oh shit, it didn't actually go down as much as I thought, and they're like, oh my god.
Dude, this is. I always keep forgetting about like the Ledger Shredder award, right? I will never forget like how Ledger Shredder paid for like a significant part of my student loans, just because like you guys in Miracle's chat or whatever we called it back then were like, hey, I think this card is gonna be worth it. And I believe on the last episode, Kai even said something about this what's it called? Quantum Tunneler?
Quantum Riddler.
A Quantum Riddler, dude? Yeah, that's a new Ledger Shredder. No, just kidding. I don't know. It's just a completely different card, dude.
No,
it draws a card, though. It's a 2-drop that draws a card. So
I've seen it in Doomsday, like you predicted. Like, people play it like as a one-off, kind of.
Yeah. So I have like 0 reps of this card, but I still ordered it online. It should probably arrive
so
in the next couple of days. Dude, I have no idea.
One of those guys who's like rising the price there.
Yeah, I think definitely it's so expensive because all the Doomsday players in Legacy have bought up all the copies. That's why it's so expensive.
Yeah,
everybody knows those are the biggest market factor for Wizards of the Coast, right?
Yeah, you just speculate, right? And like, yeah, you know, if you're like so invested into an archetype, you have to buy all these cards that people say, you know, you have to get them, and yeah, no matter how good they are.
I guess you do the Maguchi thing, like buy high, never sell.
Yeah, like, but dude, I feel so sorry for the Goblin players because like every time like a new Goblin comes out, like they have to go get them, right? Like, didn't like Aether Drift had like 1 million like fucking new Goblins in it? I think so.
Yeah, sure, but those are at least pretty cheap. So like, sure, they need to buy a lot of shitty goblins, but
they must have a huge box of like maybe cards though. Just every goblin ever.
Callum, don't you know a guy? You introduced me to a guy who owns every single goblin ever printed, except for one. I'm pretty sure you introduced me to a guy like that at a tournament. Maybe it was somebody else.
Sounds
and
like
he literally
cool guy,
owned every single goblin at least once. But then they released some special kind of goblin, which was like insanely expensive. And he was like, not buying that one. And I don't remember what it is.
It could be Christian, German guy. He has lots and lots of goblins. He has like a binder of hundreds of raging goblins, and every person he meets and likes, he gets them to sign it. So he has like 1,000 raging goblins ready to get signed and stuff.
You know, that reminds me of my friend. You know, Corona False God? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, back in the Stone Age when we still used binders and traded at tournaments and everything. So, he had this binder, and every single slot in that binder was Corona False God. And like he would walk up to a guy, hey, you got something for trade, sure? And he takes the other guy's binder and he gives him his binder. Like he sees the first page, okay, second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page.
Dude, I love this guy. Like, yeah, it's on theme, you know.
The best part is then like he's like, okay, great, awesome. Okay, here's my real binder. Here's a second binder full of Corona False God.
And did he ever trade them?
Yeah, I was gonna say like Julian, do you own Corona, a single copy?
I don't, but I
probably not, because this guy has all the copies, right? I don't have a copy either. Like, I wanted to get one.
He might actually own like
it's
0.1% of all Coronas out there or something. Yeah, honestly, though, like that was like way before we got like EDH and everything. And I don't know, like Kai, you're the EDH guy. Is like Corona, whatever, False God worth something?
Hell no. I don't know actually, but like all I know is that like you don't get to play against a card very often.
I play against
everything.
Actually. In Judge Tower, it's quite popular.
Yeah, all the Judge Tower dudes have that card.
Yeah, I play
feel
all
like
the time.
I'm the only one of us three who doesn't have like a weird obsession with like a non-competitive format.
Whoa, Judge Tower is incredibly competitive. I mean, my play group, shout out to Nick and Jamie, they take it so seriously. It's like above the Pro Tour. It's if you make a mistake outside of playing Judge Tower, you get a point against you for the next time you play. It's that serious.
Okay, that's pretty serious. You're like branded for life, kind of.
Yeah. And like, if you try and like talk yourself out of getting a point, you get a shame point as well. It's so serious.
The thing is, like, we should kind of look into like which one is the biggest Judge Tower podcast at this point. You think there's one?
I think the Serum Visions podcast is.
They used to cover it pretty well, yeah, but then like they didn't regenerate a creature right away, and then like they had to skip a couple of episodes.
Yeah, true. That's pretty embarrassing.
Like, dude, out of curiosity, like if V4 started a Judge Tower game right now, like who's the last man standing?
I think me or Johan.
Not me, for sure. I would have lost like 5 seconds, dude.
I have a lot of practice. Like, we played this in Munich a lot, like back in 2012, 2013. It had like a completely different name, but it worked basically the same. Like, we had this one guy, because like you take turns, right, in order. And this guy, he killed himself every single time. Like, he had this one card he had to play. I think it was one of the Gideons or something, and he literally just couldn't do it. And he killed himself 4 times in a row with the same card. We were like, okay, we're just gonna skip you, okay, because you also want to get to play. It's not even fun anymore. He got so angry at himself because, like, then he got it right, then he still did it wrong the next time. Like, something as you.
I have some cards that always fucked me up. It was Assault Suit and Dead Ringers. Like, I usually got Dead Ringers right, but you need to read it like 20 times.
There's this one card. Oh, what's it called? It's a green dude, and every time you play a spell, everybody like draws 7 cards or something.
Oh no, that's Force Fruition. It's a blue enchantment.
No, not that one. Oh yeah, that one's crazy as well. Lore, whatever. Like, basically, like, you every time something happens, everybody draws a card, and like nobody actually survived for like a whole turn cycle when that hit the board. No. Does Judge Tower also have that thing? Because we had that rule back then. You can either win by everybody else dying or by attacking for 20 in a single turn.
No, we made our own custom rules, actually. It was because I think we found it's really lame if one person like makes a mistake and then they're out, and then you wait for everyone to go. So we made a rule where every time you make a mistake, you get a point, and then you need to correct it. And then when you hit 10 points, the game ends, and who has the least points wins.
Yeah, I guess that actually makes a lot more sense. I see you guys, like, you
we
developed the competitive format a lot better. Yeah, like this one is a lot better for broadcasting and everything. I can see. Yeah. Also, like, people can bet on who's gonna like die, and like it's not so obvious right away. And
I'm gonna bet Kai dies and our guest wins.
Dude, I also
imagine.
I don't think I'm
winning a Judge Tower.
No
chance.
By the way, hello and welcome to Everyday Eternal number 196, your favorite, most deceptively named bi-weekly casual podcast, I guess. Judge Tower, man, it's gonna be it next episode. Yes. If you want to support the running of our Judge Tower directly, you can support us on patreon.com/everydayeternal. Guys, we got actually a really exciting episode going on. Callum, thank you so much for setting all of this up, because we got an exciting guest whom we will get to right away, or actually almost right away after like hearing all about his Judge Tower thoughts. But guys, what have you been up to? How are you doing? How's your weekend been?
Julian, we're going to go with you because we keep forgetting to ask you how you're doing.
Yeah, how are you? Every single time. Yeah, it's like.
Oh, this is the only time I don't really have
Classic, obviously.
No, the thing is, like, I'm going to go to a tournament next weekend. I'm going to go to my first paper tournament in quite a while. I'll probably play Painter. So
play elves.
Dude, I've played so much elves lately, like so much. I'm not gonna say it, then people are gonna. Anyway, so I played a lot of elves, and I will probably also stream it. And I've been enjoying it quite a bit, actually quite a bit now. So I learned so much about it, but I would need to proxy most of it, and I'd rather play like the Painter deck that basically has 99% of all the cards I got. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for me. I tried stand-up paddling the first time, like I guess everybody has already tried it, but I borrowed one from work, and I took my niece out to the lake, and she was like on the stand-up paddle and paddling around, and I was like swimming next to her. And she's like 6 years old. She can swim, but like you still better take care. So I was like literally crossing the lake 5 times in a row, and I was like so dead afterwards. Like seriously,
swimming is tiring. I was swimming yesterday, and I kind of have a place I swim back and forth to, and it tires you.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. Really a lot of fun. So now back to work. Just send a couple of more people to Kenya. Even though anyway, yeah, that's a different kind of discussion. People are like, oh no, Kenya, it's dangerous right now. It's like, no, it's like really not. Like, unless you do something wrong. I guess that's not exactly very reassuring unless you do something wrong. It's like, okay, nothing happens to you unless you make a mistake.
Don't go in the tiger pit.
Yeah, no, tiger pit. If you find a tiger pit somewhere in Kenya, you're going to make a lot of money.
There's loads everywhere, I promise.
You just don't know
where to look. You just don't know much about Kenya.
In Sabo West, there's kind of like a lion pit. And for like quite a long while, people like, crime syndicates or whatever they are called in Kenya, they would dispose people in Sabo West National Park.
There's no lions in Kenya. We know that. There's only tigers. Come on.
Oh, of course, yeah. Only Siberian tigers in Kenya. Exactly. I forgot about it, yeah. Anyway, so they found out, and they were like, oh, this is very close to tourists. Like, guys, can you do it somewhere else? And then I guess we never heard about them. At least I didn't. But that was my weekend. What have you guys been up to?
What about you, Kai?
Yeah, I did pretty much the same. I went clubbing.
It's the same.
I went clubbing yesterday and danced my legs off.
Clubbing like baby seals?
Yeah. Like Berlin clubbing. Yeah. This came back. Oh, dude, like I don't know if I told you this, but like I had this like, it was like a couple of weeks back, and I was like in this club with a couple of like Muggle friends, you know, just like no magic talk in general, and we had a really good time there, and I was like also pretty like, you know, in my mood, you know, took a couple of things here and there. Like I was definitely not sober by any means. And then like at some point, like I went to the restroom in one of those like restrooms, and then there was this guy who approached me, and he asked me if I was Kai. And I was like, dude, like, what?
Kai guy, MTG.
Yeah, and then he went like, dude, I watch your stream all the time. And I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Dude, like, we're like here in like in the darkest like Berlin like nightclub ever, and you approach me, and he actually wanted to talk about like sideboard doomsday nonsense. And I was like, dude, like I'm like I really appreciate you, like
You're
you
like
know,
super high on shrooms.
but like yeah, dude, because I was drunk, high, and all these things combined, right? Like I was like tripping and all of that stuff.
Let's
and
do
like
a Cabal ritual, man.
because like I believe he was a really nice guy though. I think.
You think he listens to the podcast?
Oh man, hopefully not. I don't know. Maybe he does. I don't know. I mean
I bet he's a Patreon.
that'd be cool.
It was Francis dressed up as someone.
And like the worst part is, dude, like I even asked his name, but like it already escaped me, and yeah, I feel sorry. So if you're listening, like if you're the dude who talked to me in the club the other day, I love you, dude. That's it. Yeah. But like, what are the odds, you know? Because like, whenever I go to Magic tournaments, I feel like there's maybe less than 5% of those people go to clubs. I think a lot of people go to concerts, but not clubs, I think.
Not the kind of clubs you go to.
Maybe not, yeah.
Like Berghain, Kit Kat. Does Kit Kat still exist?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's still on my to-do list. Cause
Oh, you
like,
haven't been?
I haven't been there. Yeah, I don't have the right clothes, maybe, or maybe I don't need any clothes because like most people are naked there. Yeah.
Okay, that sounded pretty cool.
Yeah. But that was kind of like that just happened. And yeah, like I said, like yesterday was like one of those like club nights, and it was kind of refreshing after like a full weekend of Eternal Mania in Belgium the week in prior, because yeah, that was kind of the opposite. So yeah.
So Callum, who recognized you in the streets of Newcastle?
God, nobody. Sorry. I had a very, very chill weekend. My mum came to visit on Friday evening and Saturday day. Then I just went to the beach and swam in the sea. So just did nothing else. It was nice.
Is there like a routine these days for you? Like, you know,
every opportunity that I'm not doing anything, I just and the weather's okay, I go for a swim at the beach. Yeah.
It's so hard for me to imagine that you can swim on the beach in Newcastle, because I've only been there once, and I mean that wasn't very representative, I guess.
It's a hidden gem in the UK. Let's say it like that. The beaches
It's
are really
very
nice.
hidden, very hidden.
yeah, and we'll keep it like that. Every time I talk to like a local and I say, "Oh, it's so nice," blah blah blah, they're like, "Don't tell your friends. This is our little secret, okay?" It's But I'm rested now after Eternal Mania. It was a very fun weekend. We'll talk about it more soon, but it took it out of me a bit as well. I'm getting old. I can't do it anymore.
Oh, come on. I'm the oldest of the podcast, right?
Yeah, you're like
sure.
80, right?
Yeah, 84 actually.
You're ancient.
Ancient. Yeah.
I'm old man of the sea. You're like something elder. I don't know.
I am the sea.
I am the sea.
Cool. So yeah, you already mentioned like the Eternal Mania went down, and I think we said that we're gonna talk about your and Kai's experience on the next episode.
Yep.
Because on this episode, we're actually gonna talk about Mike's. No, I wasn't there. But we got your. Dude, I'm so bad at pronouncing your name. Probably gonna say Johan Larsson. Is it anywhere close?
It is pretty close. I guess the Swedish, at least the Stockholm pronunciation is Johan Larsson.
Oh, dude, I feel like 90% of all humans out there get it wrong, I think.
Yeah, sure, but like, it doesn't matter, because like, whenever someone else say it, I understand it. The problem is when I say it in Swedish,
Oh, dude, like I feel you so bad because like it's the same with like Otawara, you know, like it's supposed to be like Otawara, but like every U.S. citizen says like Otawara, and now I'm saying Otawara too, and it's like as a Japanese, it sucks so much, but I know what everyone's saying, you know.
Can I please remind you, when I asked you how to pronounce Umezawa's Chitte, you had to ask your German boss how to pronounce the Japanese card?
Oh yeah, that was fucked up too. Yeah,
you will never hear the end of that. Or the worst pronunciation that I heard on Scarcity Games at times, shite.
Oh, oh God.
It almost sounds like shite.
I didn't even think of that. It's, yeah.
Umezawa's shite.
Okay. Yeah. But Johan, you gotta be Larsson for the rest of the episode, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's all fine by me.
So, Callum, do you want to give us an introduction to why you brought Johan Larsson on the podcast tonight?
Yeah, so he's won a couple of things this year and recently, just a couple of things called like Eternal Weekend and European Legacy Masters. And anyone that knows him from Magic Online as well will probably have lost to him a lot because Johan is, pretty on play. You play a lot online, so we thought in the wake of Eternal Weekend last year and then ELM this year, I can't think of anyone that's won kind of like these two huge events for Legacy in the same kind of season, I guess you'd say. So I thought we should get you on, talk about your successes, talk about Cephalid Breakfast, which is kind of a mainstay of like tier 1 Legacy these days, and you are just completely crushing with the deck, left, right, and center. So to talk about the deck, because I'm sure people want to hear about it leading up to this year's Eternal Weekends. So yeah, first of all, congrats on the amazing results. It's just amazing to see. Man. It wasn't just Eternal Weekend and ELM. You also top 4'd the main event in Hassel.
No, not the main event. I didn't get tickets for the main event.
Oh, yeah, it was Friday.
I was playing Pre-Modern with you.
Yes, I remember totally. Oops.
It was the Friday one.
That was it. You top 8'd every event you played, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was quite
good.
a weekend.
Like ever.
Yeah.
I wish.
I think we'll get to Hassel and ELM a little bit later, but first of all, I was Googling your name to get some of your results earlier, and apparently you're a successful hockey player, a footballer, and you play bass in Flames. Is that all true? Or do you have a popular nickname in Sweden?
How many people do you think there are in Sweden who are called Johan Larsson?
Only one, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's only me. No, it's like it's insane. It's one of the most common names in Sweden. It's like John Smith or whatever. I don't know what the German version would be.
My surname being Smith, like sometimes I say just Smith rather than Brownson Smith to save time, and people are like, "Yeah, sure, that's your name." Huh?
I mean, the thing is about you, kind of like you are actually like a boxer, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody knows that. And when you quit your career and you became like a Magic podcaster and everything, people dug it up and they were like, "Ooh, you actually used to fight in the ring, like pretty serious guy."
Totally true. Totally true.
Google it, Callum Smith, famous British boxer.
Yeah, but in Sweden it's a super common name. And there was even another legacy player in Stockholm named Johan Larsson.
Oh, really?
So when we had the design numbers, like we had to check them to see which.
You have to be like 1 and 2, or like the breakfast guy.
No.
This was like 10 years ago. I didn't play breakfast. I played mostly Death and Taxes. Done some.
So the proper way to do it is like one gets the real name and the other one has to add a 2 behind his name.
Yeah, but nah.
And then you fight over it, right? Every like 6 months you have a fight who gets to like get the real name.
No, it was a fight every event because like you knew your record and like you could see the records on the like paper pairing sheet, whatever. It was only when we had the same record we had to like go check the design numbers with the judge.
Oh man, we had like 3. We had 3 Michael Fischers in Munich or in Bavaria at times, and that was like kind of fun. Like when you got a small tournament, there's like 10 players and 3 of them have the same name. So I can feel your pain, I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you say you play Death and Taxes. How about you tell us your history of playing Magic? Like, where did you start, young age, and how did you get into the game?
Yeah, sure. So my like general, I actually started with Hearthstone back in.
And that's the podcast. Tune in again next time.
Yeah. Like I think it was in beta still. I was in school. We just had computers, so it was a great way to spend time. And then one of my classmates, while in, said, "Johan, hey, you should come play Magic. Buy this modern event deck that you just released." And that was the modern event deck with black white tokens.
Yeah, black white was good. That was one of the best ones, I think.
Yeah, and it was like great. I went played Modern, and like the first time I played, I went 3-1, I think.
No, good for one of those decks as well.
Yeah, but it was a pretty good deck. Like it had the Inquisitions and had like
and Elspeths and swords and intangible virtue, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they banned Intangible Virtue, right?
No, from
no, that was in
standard.
block.
Standard. Oh yeah,
Not in standard. It was in block constructed.
Yeah.
Oh, even worse. Okay.
Yeah.
Close enough, Julian. Block or modern, yeah.
Yeah, but so that was when I started, and importantly, that deck had Ghost Quarter in it, which will be important further down this history of my Magic playing. But then I played like the Khans pre-release and like some stuff, and like bought some modern cards to make the deck better. I think I got the
fetches, I guess.
Yeah, some fetch. I don't remember exactly, but mostly Fort Caesars and Ghost Quarters. No, not Ghost Quarters. What's the Scrubland called? The modern Scrubland.
Godless Shrine?
Oh, Godless Shrine, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can tell you're a Legacy player.
Yeah.
What's the Painland called?
That's called Caves of Koilos. That was in the deck, I think.
Perfect.
But an isolated chapel. But like I started watching like some SG things. I don't remember if it was the Grand Prix New Jersey or some event before that. I think like probably some event before that. I saw some SG coverage and saw someone use Wasteland, and I was totally mesmerized. Like it just destroys the land, because I had played with Ghost Quarter, I had faced Tectonic Edge, which is Wasteland only costs 1 mana and they need to have 4 lands. So I was like, this just blows up land. It was completely stunned.
It's like if at that moment somebody had shown you like Strip Mine, you would have like passed out.
Yeah, sure. It wasn't too much vintage to see though on the Twitch streets, even at that time. Yeah, so at that time point, I had some of the Death and Taxes cards, and Modern Denial was fun.
The hallmarks of a Legacy player.
Yeah,
Denial is fun.
Yeah, and I just done my first like summer work, so I had some money to buy some cards with. So I bought like I know some of the lands. I don't remember exactly what, but then I went down to Legacy Night and talked to one of the guys organizing at that time, and got to borrow some more cards. But at that point, like the expensive cards were Wasteland, Caracas, and Richard Port.
Always the lands.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like in the rest was Northern Texas.
Yeah, sure, but like I don't remember exactly like the order, but I got in piece by piece.
I always like to hear when people do that, because same with me. It was like just buying bits slowly, and as you change the deck week to week or month to month, it's such a good feeling as like your upgrades do things in the games.
Yeah,
it's also like kind of funny when you say like you saw Wasteland, you were like, dude, I wanna do that. And then that's why you went into Legacy for it, because I feel like a lot of players have the same kind of experience, at least in the past. They used to have that. Because for me, it was a Gothian Enchantress, right? I saw a Gothian Enchantress and I was like, I want to play that card. And at the time, like I started out playing Extended, and a Gothian Enchantress was no longer legal, I believe. Yeah, she faded out. She rotated out. And I literally went on MTG Salvation, and I just made a thread, like, where can I play Enchantress? I got the Enchantress. And they were like, yeah, in Legacy. I'm like, what is that? And then they linked me to the source. And literally just because of that single card that I really liked, I ended up playing Legacy. I could have played a completely different format if I had liked a different card. That's kind of cool to hear. That for you it started with Wasteland.
Yeah. So then I like got a deck and starting to get to know the Legacy players in Stockholm. And yeah, this was the Treasure Cruise meta. Like I was reasonably successful at first. Like no crusher at all. But I did win the first Stockholm Legacy League with the deck.
Nice. Was that like a thing that happened over a year or some months or something?
Yeah, now it's every half year. I don't remember exactly how it was done, but
cool.
I got the sick playmat at least, and it was the only league that awarded the playmat, which was hand painted by
that's really cool.
A girl there.
Mm-hmm. So you know, like the league was serious, like they had a hand painted.
Yeah. And since it's the only hand painted playmat for the league, it's still really cool, and I bring it out for special occasions.
Like the finals, you're like, no, we're gonna use this one now.
yeah, sure. Yeah, and it's cool. It's a brainstorm kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but after that I started getting the cards for miracles because like I'm a Tundra Mage at heart.
Here we go. Here's your evil turn.
Yeah.
I knew
sure.
there was something wrong. You invited him to the podcast.
Yeah, turns out the a certain artifact for one is slightly better than, at least more fun than Edelweiss.
Better than Shuko?
Yeah, that's the most fun one. But I don't even think I registered it was a card at this point.
That's fair.
Otherwise, you would have played it in Miracles.
Yeah, or it might have been that Cephalid Breakfast was kind of trash tier until Festus Oracle came. Yeah, but I got a card for miracles. I think probably the next summer when I had some more money. And like by the point I actually got the entire deck, it was when Top got banned. So that was a bit
Perfect timing.
Yeah, but I got to play the deck a bit before. Like I could borrow some of the jewels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to play it through like dig through time days and stuff?
No, I during the dig for time days I played solely Death and Taxes. So I played against Ed. I got to favorite moment was when I played one of Monotype in the Death and Taxes sideboarding. Got to hit the dig for time. It was.
Oh my god! This is perfect.
Yeah. So I played
like play it as your 61st card even. That would be like perfect.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big hater of 61 cards. So no way. But after that, I moved to Lund in southern Sweden near Malmö and Copenhagen to study. And there I played a lot less Legacy.
From studying or just like different scene, less scene?
Partly that, partly like at first like the Legacy scene, it had been in Lund before. Like, I don't know, by now it's probably 15, 20 years ago, but like when I started Legacy, I think it was the final days of the Legacy in Lund.
Okay.
But I knew like Marcus Evald Truckes, but then I'd met him at the Swedish Nationals, so like I'd been at one of his weekend events.
I bet he got you into miracles.
He did that a couple of times, right? A friend of mine even went all the way there from the Czech Republic one day.
Yeah.
Have you played StarCraft against him? Terrible.
No.
Actually, no, we played.
I played very little StarCraft. I played a campaign basically. Yeah, but however, like mostly studying, but also like it's not very far between Lund and Malmö. It's like 15 minutes. Like I would think it would take me 40 minutes to walk to the train and.
Americans are listening. 40 minutes walk.
No, like 40 minutes. Like walk to the train, take the train, and then walk to the store.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not long, but like the mental distance was different. Like in Stockholm, like sure I lived in the suburbs, so commuting into the center, like it's actually probably longer, but it felt shorter than traveling to a different city.
Mm-hmm.
But I played a few times, and it was at this time I actually started playing Magic Online. First doing some drafts and stuff, and then at some point I think I bought Storm in Legacy, and Paradoxical Outcome in Vintage.
Nice.
Yeah, that's an amazing deck.
I played a bit of that.
You casually bought Power 9?
On Magic Online.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time when like Power 9, like one single Reshade import was worth more than the entire Power 9 in Magic Online.
Yeah, that's what it's the main reason I did not start earlier because I didn't want to get the Death and Taxes because
it was so expensive.
Yeah. But then, like, I had some off and on periods. Like, sometimes I came every week, and sometimes I didn't come for like 2 years or so.
Okay. Kind of mentioned that, like, you crush a lot of people on Magic Online. Actually, what is your Magic Online nickname?
It's Larsson with a 4 and a 0 as a.
Oh, the lead style. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure before we had met and like talked a little bit, I can't remember ever beating you. So. Yeah. But I started playing much more like very early 2023. Mm-hmm.
So like, what is that? 2.5 years ago, or something?
Yeah, that kind of checks out in my head when I saw your name a lot.
Yeah. And at that point, like I played, I had not played much for the last few years. Looked around, I had some play points in Magic Online to buy a new deck. Saw what I wanted to play. Because Miracles was not a thing anymore, really. And this was the time where like Delver and Initiative, the blue-red Delver with Expressive Iteration and Mono White Initiative were the best decks.
God, that was a time, wasn't it?
Yeah. And like the deck that caught my eye was, of course, Cephalid Breakfast. It had Edelweiss, which was fun. It had played like a creature game, which was fun, but it was also combo, and it had a decent matchup against both of the best decks. This was the version with Baleful Strixes and Edelweiss.
Oh yeah, and like recruiters as well, was it?
No recruiters at this point. This was a 60-card version.
I'm showing my a lack of knowledge here.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
wasn't that like the Yorian version?
Yeah, sure. But this was 60 cards with a bunch of Baleful Strixes basically, and
Nice.
2 therapists and.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yes. Now I remember because I used to weld out Shukos for Baleful Strixes all the time.
Yeah.
Now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't have like the paper. So I got it in America online, and then at some point got the paper card for it as well.
Nice. And then the rest is history.
Yeah. I played like I had some success at first. Like I think I top 8 some challenge. Played Eternal Weekend 2023 with the deck. At this point with Stone Fortress. But I think like the main breakthrough of me playing this deck was like almost 2 years ago, where I won one challenge and then came to the finals of the second one in the same weekend.
Nice.
Back when challenges, there were only 2 challenges a week.
Yeah, they felt like everyone would be like waiting on Monday to see what the results of the challenges of the weekend were. They carried a bit more. I don't know what the right term is.
Wait.
Yeah.
True. Remember at the very beginning when there was only a single challenge a month? That was something.
I don't remember that, but
it was the very beginning. They didn't even call them challenges. They had a different name.
Oh,
and
dailies,
then, like,
or...
No, not daily events. They like daily events. Like basically, when they introduced challenges, that was in the October, November, December of some year.
Okay.
And then they realized, okay, those are so popular, we're actually gonna have them each week.
And
now I guess now we have them all the time. Yeah. I literally have no idea how many there are a week.
5, I think. So
now you're gonna win like 5 out of like if somebody wins 5 of them in a week, that would be quite the accomplishment.
Yeah, but you can't do that unless you're totally insane because they're all in different time zone things.
Oh, easy. You just like play 2 games at once. Like back then, back when we were all degenerates, like we only had 2 mans. Like we would literally play like 4 matches at the same time, and it was like.
Yeah, but it's not playing at the same time. It's like you need to be awake until 4 a.m. and then
okay, I see.
You need to be awake for like 4 days in a row.
Yeah.
So you gotta have somebody else playing under your account. Ooh, probably not allowed. Who cares?
Yeah.
No, they'll lose.
Yeah, but then that was the start, and then I think I played well in some showcases, and then Eternal Weekend, and then it's gone well.
It's gone pretty well. Cool. So I'm always interested to hear like people's where you started. So Death and Taxes, then Miracles, then Breakfast, pretty much. I guess did you mess around with some other things in between? But
yeah, I played a bit of Delver, played a bit of Infect.
You know what? I always thought you probably played some Infect. Weirdly, I just had like a hunch. So
that's the same for me. Literally the same. Like when you mentioned the decks, I was like, you strike me like as an Infect type of guy.
Yeah. Cool. That's one of the things with Cephalid Breakfast. We're going to get into it later, but like it plays a bit like Infect does, in that you make your opponent play scared. You instill fear into it.
Oh, you're talking Julian's language now.
Dude, I was almost gonna bring it up, but I knew you would.
Yeah.
That's literally the kind of gameplay that I love the most.
Yeah, but it's a bit sad. Look, I have 2 Alpha Berserks, which I got back then, which I don't really get to use much anymore. I bring it out for fun every now and then.
You can play Berserk in Breakfast.
You can use it as a removal spell.
Yeah, it triggers Nadu and all
that.
Triggers Nadu, big construct,
Yeah.
I remember when people used it to kill like Gadok Teak. Like Gadok Teak would attack, you would Berserk it, you take extra damage, but then Teak dies.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it always was good as a removal spell, mostly versus Delver. Yeah, but yes, now here we are. A great year of playing Breakfast.
Yeah. I think you are the Breakfast guy, undoubtedly these days.
Like you really gotta be into Magic to understand that. Like, oh yeah, this is the Breakfast guy. He's got all the breakfast lore. Like, okay. Well, which kind of milk should I be using? Not that kind of breakfast.
You touched on your playing in Lund and playing in Stockholm. I love hearing about people's local scenes as well. So I played against one of your friends from Stockholm this weekend. He beat me as well, and you beat me in a friendly match, and then Ola beat me as well. So I lost to loads of Swedish people this past weekend.
I like how it's like a friendly match when Callum loses. And
Yeah.
like a hyper competitive one, like he wins.
Not competitive at all. They were all just really fun, I swear.
Yeah, nobody
So
was trying very hard, I'm sure.
tell us about Stockholm Legacy, because it seems like you have a really good scene there.
Yeah, we do. So we play at a game shop bar place slightly south of town. We're about 20 to 25 people usually.
A week.
Yeah, a week.
Amazing.
We play on Thursday in 4 rounds. Some of us go get beer afterwards, and then we have not necessarily a big event in that there are perhaps 30 people. Sometimes there are fewer than Thursdays for bi-monthly events or quarterly events, but they're at least high stakes.
Is that the one in the pizza shops?
No, that's in Malmö.
Oh, okay.
So that's in
okay.
southern Sweden. It's their quarterly event.
That's it. I'm getting it mixed up with my bad.
In Stockholm, it's in the streaming shops. Like, what's the wrong
No.
thing called?
Sushi, yeah. That's like with German and Lederhosen. It's a very local thing that everyone just assumes it's the entire country.
Do people actually enjoy that kind of fish, or is it just like a meme?
No, people do enjoy it, me including. But I never eat it because it's not my culture. I only do it when I'm a guest up north. It's a northern Sweden thing. But
it's the fish that you basically dig it into the ground and you let it rot, and then you dig it up again.
It's not in the ground. It's in.
You're gonna say something that's not gonna make it better, I bet.
Yeah, no, but yeah, sure, it's fermented still, so it's it smells awful, but it tastes good. Yeah, but back to the point. Yeah, so but the thing about the legacy in Stockholm is it's a bit isolated. It's annoying to travel to events elsewhere. Going by train to Copenhagen is 5 hours, and even further if you drive, 6, 7. So going to Hamburg or something takes long as time. So you basically need to fly anywhere you go, except for events within Sweden. And there are a few, like the Swedish Nationals every year. Legacy is a big event, 130 people.
Is there a legacy scene in Norway? Do you ever go to I don't know, Oslo or somewhere?
There is in Oslo. They play weekly, but it's a smaller one, I think. And they don't have very many big events.
I thought you were going to say they don't have very good players.
Yeah, they do. They're super nice. I met a few of them there. So I can't answer for them, but they do ELM qualifiers and stuff. But yes, I shouldn't speak for them. They probably have some bigger events. I know they play weekly at least in Oslo. But in Sweden there are bunch of weeklies, some quarterlies at different places. And then the Swedish Nationals, then there's a big tournament at GothCon in Gothenburg every Easter. And then a big tournament in south of Stockholm, 1.5 hours or so at the end of May at an event called Lincoln. So there are a few bigger events every year, which many people do travel to
Cool. But it sounds like the local scene to keep the weeklies going is amazing. 20, 25 people, and then 4 rounds is nice, and beers after. Sounds like a great scene.
Yeah, it is really good. It is really good. It's non-proxy though. So the meta is people very much have their pet decks. There are always decks to borrow if someone's there, but
that's almost a nice positive if you're looking for a positive in proxy. It's people play their decks and stuff rather than just play reanimators and stuff. But
yeah, for sure, and it is some kind of an incentive to build on your decks and innovate with what you have. But it always, when you want to try your thing in the face of different new strategies, you people won't have them until quite a bit later.
That's fair.
I remember in Malmö where they play with proxies and they're quite competitive. When Bowmaster was up the first week, I think 6 of 12 or 10 of 12 people were on Bowmaster decks, and it was almost the same thing when the Up the Beanstalk came out. So there people are run their printers hot.
I like that as well. I like people being able to play whatever they want, and it you play against what people are trying out, the cutting edge, if you will. So yeah, it's pros and cons to both, isn't there, really?
Yeah.
Cool. So learning about your history of the format sounds like you're a Tundra mage at heart. So what's your favorite time of the format, and what's some of your favorite decks over the history of the format that you've played? It's a loaded question, but
yeah, it's a tough question. Like I like some of the novelty periods, like for example when Treasure Cruise came, and people like were, I don't know, struggling to figure out how good it was.
They should have read like Carsten Cotter's article.
Yes, exactly. I was about to say that article was like we went 19-1 versus another Delver deck or something. It was.
I still love that. Like, he actually put in the number. Like, he proxied the card and he played it out. And he was like, okay, these are my findings. Like, I don't think that's... but I was going to say, I don't think that's happening anymore. But I also feel like Legacy, at least, is so fast-paced when it comes to new cards that it's almost not worth it anymore.
Yeah, well, people just play online to get the reps. Yeah, sorry, Johan.
Yeah, but then, like, I've liked Legacy. I actually liked the Frog meta as well at last Eternal Weekend.
You won.
I bet.
Well, absolutely, that actually plays a big part of it. But like, I actually really enjoyed playing. I had a kind of bad Phoenix Delver blue-red with Detective Phoenix, not the Arclight
not
Phoenix.
Arclight. Oh.
Which was super fun to play against the Frog decks. So,
you really got Callum's hopes up there.
Yeah.
I
sure.
really like Detective Phoenix as well. I've been talking its praises on this podcast.
Yeah, so the
Detective Phoenix.
Yeah.
Detective Phoenix.
Yeah, there's a basic idea, like you play a bunch of fewer lands, and you play 4 of the Lorien Revealed to be able to
that's cool.
Use the collect evidence thing on the Detective Phoenix, and then put it on Murktide and attack hastily.
Just fireball them. Just a huge flying fireball.
Yeah, and the best thing was getting a Phoenix in the yard with
Dragon Rage
Channeler.
Yeah, baby.
Because it's 2 card types. It's
because
free
it's a charming creature as well, isn't it? So you pump the DRC, and then it's just free, very good value because.
Yeah. But the thing about it was fun playing with red removal spells versus the Psychic Frog. Because if you bolt it, do you like if they sack cards, you have the heat. It's interesting games. Like the best situation is when you don't have the unholy heat, you just represent it and still bolt the frog.
Yeah.
I
know with my painter experience, like just putting a fury on it, they just, especially playing in paper, their face just crumples. Like they don't know what to do because you could just have a blast or a bolt as well, and it's just like ah. But then I'm also spending 2 cards for their 1, so hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've enjoyed like the powerful stuff, which I do get as well. Like for me, when Treasure Cruise and Day Through Time came out, they got a bit tired towards the end, but like new powerful stuff is exciting,
the
right?
First period of it is the most fun.
Yeah,
when you're trying to figure things out. I liked even when the Treasure Cruise got banned and people were playing Shardless Sultai again, Shardless Bug, not realizing really how good Dig for Time still was.
Yeah, that's true. Totally true. People didn't realize for like at least a month or 2. I was one of those suckers playing Shardless and losing to Miracles a lot.
You have a thing for that, right?
I just adore Shardless. It's my favorite deck, I think, ever. Just something about it was beautiful. But I totally see your point of view. Like, I love when these new things come out, and if they're powerful, even more fun for the first beginning. This is why I loved Breach, because it didn't get too old too fast for me. Like, it was nice to win with it a lot online and stuff as well, but it was still exciting and new until it got banned, in my opinion. So, did you ever try Breach?
No. That was one of the points I didn't play.
Okay.
Sadly, because I think I would have allowed it. I played it little in Modern.
You would have loved playing against other Breach players.
It was a sick mirror, like,
yeah,
because the Breach gets answered by the Orms chant and stuff, and so you have then like loads of Flusterstorms and Pyroblasts. It was very fun and intricate, and sometimes you just won on turn 2. So anyway. Cool. So yeah, like I agree with that kind of like until new powerful things get too boring, like then fine. So we alluded to earlier, or we said earlier, that you won Eternal Weekend and European Legacy Masters just gone. So let's just go back to Eternal Weekend. Like, you have played Legacy for quite a while, and you're obviously very experienced. What are your expectations going into Eternal Weekend last year? Like, do you think you're there to win it, or is it like you're there with friends? What's your kind of point of view of going into it?
It's kind of both. Like, you can't go in expecting to win. You can go in with like you can imagine yourself winning it.
Okay.
And that I think you kind of have to do.
Yeah.
And
it is a mindset, right? You just if you don't think you can win it, then you're there to hang out with friends and drink beer.
Yeah, but I'm definitely going there to hang out with friends and drink beer.
Cool.
Too.
You can do both. I haven't found out for myself, but you can try and do both.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, then you play the rounds, and like everyone, you just try to win that round.
Yeah.
One at a time. Like, if you walk around and think of like, oh, it's only 5 more till top 8, and
Only 5.
I'm going to crush whatever in the semifinals when it's like round 2 of an 11-round event.
It's like round 3, and you're already thinking about, so if I get second
you
place,
win
like
one
my
round.
semi-final is gonna be against this, and
Yeah, you win one round, you go for the next. But I guess like the reasonable, and I think like my goal kind of thing was to just get top 32. Like,
that's a good goal. Yeah, and with all big events, like, you need to have the right goals, play very well, and get lucky in spots. Like, I watched your win in for top 8 against Lucas Miton, who you played again just last weekend, I think. And
no, we didn't play. We were paired, but we drew. He played against Gustav, my good friend from Malmö.
It was the draw round I'm thinking of. I thought you played.
Yeah.
But I remember watching your win in, and like, your draw was pretty bad. You just had a few 1-1s and a Nadu, and he just didn't hit lands, and so you need to get those spots as well. Yeah.
That was quite an insane game. So I got quite lucky, of course. But also, like, it comes back with the preparation for the event. Like, my main thing for this event was I wanted to beat Forge, Frog decks, and other Noddy decks.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing to beat, like, the card I had increased by the stock of in all this matchup is Prismatic Ending, because it's good against good against Frog, at least okay against Frog. It's great against other Noddy decks, and it is great against Vexing Bauble.
True.
And in that first game against Lucas, he played turn 1 or turn 2 Bauble, which I used depending on.
Mm-hmm.
And that allowed me to force a bunch of his crop rotations.
Yeah.
Which helped me keep him mono screwed.
True. So it's not. Oh yeah, it's fine. So it's not like, it's not just getting lucky. It's, the preparation, the deck building.
Yeah. I needed to get lucky too. Like,
because I remember watching it. It was so funny watching, because both of your kind of your body language, you both thought you were losing. It was quite funny. You were both like just playing this funny game of just like really scrappy, funny thing where both your decks weren't working. It's really interesting.
Yeah. And this was actually not quite a winning in. It was the round before that. I think my winning in was against Hanlin.
Okay.
X on Storm.
Oh, from Berlin.
Yeah.
Hanlin's like, I think, Kai, you play with Hanlin, right?
Yeah, he's like a local.
He also like top 8'd Eternal Weekend Japan, I wanna say.
Yeah, he did.
Think so.
But has he ever won the Berlin Legacy Weekly?
Dude, like he like, whenever you go like 4-0, he's your 5th opponent.
Like, he gets seeded. Like, he even shows up like 4 hours later. He's just like, guys, okay, I'm gonna come play my match and see you.
Absolutely, boss.
Yeah, but I got lucky against him too. Like, he just didn't have the combo against me. He was on Storm, and I kind of like felt like I got away with it again.
I guess that's how it works, right? Nobody ever wins big tournaments without getting lucky.
Yeah, for sure. But then, of course, you need to play very well to like.
Oh yes.
Luck doesn't mean anything if you don't like, play well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go into ELM now, because I think you wrote like a big piece about Eternal Weekend and stuff. Is that right?
I didn't write anything. I'm okay.
Kind of was just like completely making up things.
No, but I were on a few podcasts. I was on the Stockholm Legacy Report. I was on In Response.
I saw that.
Yeah,
right?
and I was
the In Response guys. They even stole our title. Like, when we had Eternal Weekend winners on, we had like How to Win Eternal Weekend, and I saw them like copy the title. Of course, they totally copied it from us. It was such an original title, and we were like, okay, at that point, like he's gonna win something else.
You take that. You're a European Legacy podcast, and you did not have the European Legacy winners one, but the American one is instead.
We figured like if you're making the rounds, like we usually we only take people if they only come to our podcast. We are that elitist.
Yeah. So I was there, and then I was on the Eternal Dirtless as well. So I talked a bit about it, but I never wrote anything. I'm usually quite lazy with writing.
Fair enough. I thought I read like a Reddit thing, but maybe I'm making it up.
Yeah. Did read
that was the other Johan Larsson column.
I did in Ask Me Anything on
okay,
Reddit.
Cool, fine. I'm just good at making stuff up, so there we go.
Yeah, yeah. But onto ELM.
Yes, tell us. How did you prepare for ELM?
Well, the thing is, I did not really prepare that much because I was
loving it.
Didn't think I was going to go for. Like I thought I was going to go, and then like
I guess how did you qualify?
I qualified by winning Eternal Weekend.
Of course. Okay, yeah.
The easiest way, right?
Yeah, the biggest qualifier.
That's so. I was just wondering, did you know quite early? But I guess.
Yeah, so I knew I was qualified, but then like when I was making up my summer plans, I was planning a hiking trip with a few friends.
Nice.
And we planned to do it early in the summer, but it was still a bunch of snow up in the Scandinavian mountains, so we postponed it until like the weekend of ELM. And then, like, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 weeks before, we postponed it another week because a friend had a cabin which we could use. So then, all of a sudden, I could go again.
Mm-hmm.
So I booked the thing quite last minute. I stayed with one of a British player,
Nico, yeah.
Yeah, it was in the final last year, I think.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, but like my preparation, then I was a bit down on breakfast in like the summer. I didn't play super much
because I think I did not just me playing against you, but you were playing a lot of Reanimator as well this last summer, and just lots of other decks, right?
Yeah, I played, especially around the time of the banning, I played a bunch of Reanimator just to mix things up, and then I played a bunch of Northern Elves as well.
Oh yeah, that deck I thought was amazing. It's kind of dropped off a bit.
Yeah, I think it's still very good.
But you came back to Old Faithful.
Scary. Yeah, and like it's, as I've said, I don't know if I said it now, but I've said it before, is that like if you play a deck you really know, you can play on you can automate so many decisions, like things you just know. I know how to play my lands to
on one land, get that down.
I know generally what are keeps and not. I know like I generally have a good feeling if I'm just going to play out my Nomad or if I'm not going to do it. So I don't have to think too much about those things.
Yeah, it comes up like it really pays dividends to know that, like especially on a longer event, 7 rounds or more and stuff. You just, being able to automate, as you say, it makes you be able to think about other decisions that are harder with more clarity. Was there any? Was it just did you decide on breakfast straight away? Was there any thoughts on other decks to play?
I thought a bit about playing Northern Elves, but like I don't own Cradles. I'm a bit too lazy to proxy.
Fair enough.
And then that's another thing. Like I thought I was going to play 3 Tamiyos, but I only brought 2.
And you were running around in the morning asking for a third. On Friday?
And I didn't want to buy one because I had
This is how you prepare to win the ELM, guys.
yeah. And this was for the Friday event, not for the actual ELM.
Okay. You got one though? Would you have played it?
I would have. Yeah.
I was wondering because I was looking at the deck list and like those 2 Tamiyos, they look kind of odd because I usually see like 3 or 4. Like, oh, that must be. Actually, which other card did you add in place of the 3rd Tamiyo?
It's a bit of a makeover for the deck. I'm not sure exactly what I would have added, but I would probably not have played the Savannah and perhaps only played 3 removal spells, or perhaps Cut a Days or something. I'm not entirely sure. I had a build earlier. I don't remember exactly how it looked. But the idea behind Tamiyos is that you can play more blue sources and skip the Savannah, which sure makes some hands a bit awkward, but it makes more hands keepable, since like Island Ponder Keep is very true for this deck, at least for me. So like Tamiyo and a bluer mana base allows you to hold more hands, basically, and have more early plays in low resource games.
It's really interesting here because like the mana base is probably the weakest part of the deck, really. Like whenever I'm playing against it, I try and attack the mana if possible. Yeah,
absolutely. It's the power level of the deck is quite high, absolutely on par with Reanimator, but it has much worse mana.
Yeah, so do you want to talk about the deck list you have now? Like, I don't know if you want to actually just run through most of the numbers, anything that's kind of stock, anything you think is different
So
things?
we're going to link to the deck list in the show notes, so if anybody wants to take like a proper look at everything, they can do that.
Yeah, so this is mostly stock by now. Like, it's the full 4 of Illusionist, Nomads, Nadu, and of course Ponder Brainstorm Force. It's 20 lands with one cavern in the main, 1 cavern in the sideboard, the 3 sagas. And the Savannah, which, like, if I'd played a bunch of Tamiyos, I probably would not have played the Savannah, but here with the removal spells, it's quite nice.
What would you play instead? Like another blue jewel? Or
Another Tundra, probably.
Tundra. Okay,
Yeah,
so three
perhaps,
Tundra.
perhaps
one
another basic island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Memory's Journey.
Yeah, talk to us about Memory's Journey, because that feels like it's months old now, but it's still kind of newer-ish. It hasn't been in the deck forever, has it?
Yeah, it's about a year. Like people started playing it. I know actually some people played it before together with the Jack-o'-lantern.
Right. Yes. You know what? Yeah, I remember playing against that a couple of years ago.
Which the old Oops deck, especially like in the 80 card decks.
Yeah.
But when people realized the mana was way too poor to play Cabal Therapy with Nadu.
I was going to ask about that.
And in the beginning, you got so many free wins thanks to it. Like Painted Players would mill you, and you could just return.
Oh yeah, I've learned the hard way. Yeah.
Yeah, and that actually still happened. It happened to me twice in DLM.
Okay, interesting.
I like how it actually, like, it literally sets up the win for you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you mill me? Nice, I win the next turn. Perfect.
Yeah.
But one of those times were more like that, and one of the times were a bit more. I had like 4 cards left in deck, and Journey in hand.
Right.
It was the semifinals versus Adam Psychotog.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Then he asked, "Do you have Memory's Journey?" Like he had seen my deck list before. So that's another thing about like the preparation of these giant tournaments. And I get it kind of for free because I play quite a bit of Magic Online and look at deck lists and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I have pretty good knowledge of what cards are in a bunch of decks.
Yes.
Because if you don't know about the ending, about the journey, you are going to get screwed by it.
That's such an important point because, again, I've lost a couple of games to Memory's Journey out of Breakfast and like learned the hard way. And I did play against Breakfast with Memory's Journey at this event, and I had to then like do it on my turn because I just based on my hand and stuff, and I had some Pyroblasts up, and my opponent had Memory's Journey in their deck, but they just scooped to me comboing, even though I had it covered because I had the Pyroblast and stuff. But afterwards, I said like, you can Memory's Journey in your upkeep. They're like, oh yeah, now I know for more. So like, not everyone knows, even people with it in their deck.
Yeah. But it's super flexible as well. Like it's of course a blue card, and you're since it's not like a necessity, you often just pitch it to force.
I guess it's also Graveyard Hate.
It's Graveyard Hate, which also came up in a tournament. I played against Storm.
Graveyard Hate that can't be thought seized, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought it was Doomsday first, which is also great against because it screws up their Doomsday piles, and
yeah, of course,
it can screw up Fastest Oracle as well. Put 3 cards back in response to the trigger. Yeah, but so he was forced to go for an Ad Nauseam from 17 instead of going a safe graveyard line and actually end up killing himself, which again I got lucky, but I put myself in the situation to get lucky. Like
because you had the card in your deck, in your hand.
Yeah, and I had kept it with a Ponder.
Nice.
Yeah,
and I
We're
guess
so lucky to put that card into your deck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess it also like a big thing it does is insulate you from like Surgical Extraction or Very Macabre.
Yeah. It's great against those cards, and it's like against Containment Priest is pretty good. Cage still beats it, but unless you have it in hand.
Yeah.
But like it's you can combo around those things. It's still very scary to combo with it when you have Dread Return in hand. Because then you just if they target the Illusionist once, because you can't sack it since you have the Dread Return in hand. If they just have any way to target the Illusionist, you just
I did actually win a game like that this past weekend as well by bolting the Illusionist after they'd journeyed.
Oh, that's cute. That's really cute.
Yeah.
Because the regular way, the right way to do it is to make sure you sack the Illusionist somehow to the journey. It doesn't matter if you sack it like to something that get exiled or countered or whatever.
Makes sense.
Dude, that actually like playing that deck is kind of deep. The more I hear you talk about it, the more I want to like have a proper deck tag for like 2 hours or something.
Yeah, Memory's Journey is this. It's a crazy card. It just does. It's got like I guess 1 or 2 main jobs, which is probably like more of like an anti-sideboard card thing. But it just does so many weird niche things in the format, right?
It does. But it's like it's not. It is barely good enough. Like had it not been a blue card, no way I would play it in main deck.
Yeah, true. People always joke about
Yeah.
it's blue pitches to force, but it's such a real thing, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I
for
still
sure.
remember when like that was a keyword. Like that was one of the source in jokes. Like people would like write out what a card does, like when it's previewed, and they would only write "awesome" as a keyword on it.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
people would come, "Oh, what does awesome mean? Oh, you don't know what awesome mean? It's a keyword. It means it's blue, so it pitches to force." So that was one of those jokes that was kind of beaten to death, and here I am keeping it alive.
Yeah.
For the budding breakfast players, any other like tricks with Memory's Journey that you think? What are the main ones, or what's some of the coolest things you've done with it as well?
I think those are the main ones. Like it's Graveyard Hate, and it's like using it in response to people's facets entering play.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure actually what's the coolest thing. Like it's usually does those mundane things,
That's fair.
which the mundane like the
Like we just talked about 5 great things that you can do in color. It's like actually,
yeah. Sometimes it's not yet right. Sometimes in the late game, like I have 3 Nardus in the graveyard, and like my deck is 20 cards. I just do this Memory's Journey is not doing me much.
So that's the actual
shuffling.
best thing. No, sorry. Yeah. Have you
I
ever?
just want to draw
good
like a
cards.
bunch of like really good beaters, like just get Nadu down attack.
What's better, hitting Memory's Journey or Nakami with a Meticulous Archive?
The best thing is actually to hit Ready Turn, unless it's
Oh,
not
true.
going to be in combat.
Oh yeah.
Because if you hit it Ready Turn, it means you'll never get to draw it down the line.
That's true. Although in this same game that I just keep repeating, like funny things happened, they did hit that, and I Solguy Lanterned it. So
Yeah. yeah, sure. But like
which
that's a
really is
risk. But like
yeah, it's not like
if
you
you
wanna
know
draw it,
if you know it's gone, like you play accordingly.
yeah, true.
You know what I want to know? I want to know, is there, because we know that Cephalid Illusionist sometimes gets activated, right, for the Maze of Ith mode. But
Yeah.
are there any kind of like nomads and core tricks that you like pull routinely that your opponents don't really like?
Yeah, well,
aren't
it's just
properly
the
aware
combat math. It's like it's a free jump blocker. If you are going to jump block, Nomads makes so that you can jump block another thing for free.
I still don't know what it does properly.
US redirect damage, and like it's super annoying with Magic Online because like if you have to automatically apply it, it's the first thing you redirect it to get
Is
the
the
damage first. But like
Oh.
if you click a bunch of random, I don't remember exactly how you do, but you can click and then accept some of the redirections but not others, because you get to choose which replacement effects apply.
That's actually like a nightmare on Magic Online, seriously.
Yeah. But like unless you misclick something, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad if you do everything perfectly. Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
But another thing with Memory's Journey actually, and since we're only playing 2 Narcomoebas, we need, especially we're going off with Shuko, we need them both to
Right.
mill,
Ah,
unless
so
we
you
have another creature except for the illusionist.
Mhm.
So Memory's Journey can put back your own Narcomoebas on top.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's
if
nice.
one has. I missed that in the round 10 of the. I was already basically in top 8, so I was not 100% focused, but I lost because I missed that interaction.
Nice, that's cool.
At Eternal Weekend.
I guess that's another upside to Tamiyos, is just being a creature is sometimes quite important.
Yes. It's a very big upside, and it's a creature that can be cast off of your basic island, off of your Cavern of Souls and Wizard,
Yes.
and it pitches to force, and it's a early play.
It also just like is a removal walking target, right? It's a big thing
Yeah, for sure.
Which you really are, especially because your nomads and cephalids are so they die to everything. Like so, yeah. You just want it to get swords or bolted or fatal pushed or whatever.
Yeah, and especially if you can do the brainstorm trick and like you have to use 2 removal spells or whatever on it, and then.
Yeah, she makes a ton of sense in this deck because it also just wins the game, right? So, yeah God.
And like when comboing, having the ability to pick something up is pretty great.
Yeah.
But the main thing for this event, I'm by no means alone in doing this, is playing one main deck Ghost Vacuum to find off Saga, and it's just.
Yeah, talk to us about that. Is this like just mostly for Reanimator? Or
Yeah, it's anti-reanimator tech to have more main deck game.
Mhm.
And it's also like in grinder matchups, some you can get to 6 mana and use the ultimate of it.
Yeah, exile the nomads and the illusionist, and then off you go.
Yeah. And the thing is, some people have played like Soulgate Lantern main, but that's so much worse in my opinion, because the thing Reanimator can do then is just forces your Nardus and reanimating them. And sure, like it's a bit better than them having Archon or whatever, but it's still really annoying to deal with.
Yeah. Does it do much in the mirror?
The Ghost Vacuum,
Yeah.
a bit. Like
Okay.
I usually sideboard it out actually.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
I think if I want Graveyard Hate in the mirror, I much prefer to have Fairy Macabre.
Yeah, because I guess the Ghost Vacuum is just on board, so they know to play around it. So they just
Yeah.
yeah.
There are a few ways of sideboard in the mirror. Like I'm not wedded to any one of them. Like one of the version is you sideboard out your entire combo. The illusion is part of the combo, I'd say. And then you probably want one on Ghost Vacuum to make sure that you can get in you have enough Nardus later on.
Got it. Yeah, exile theirs, and you might still just exile their combo off.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. That's cool. So I guess, as you said, it's just for Reanimator, really. If like, because I'm thinking about Eternal Weekend ahead. Like, if something from Reanimator is banned, you probably don't play Ghost Vacuum, right?
Yeah, no, not in the main deck. Like I still play some suite of Graveyard Hate. Like if Reanimator wasn't a thing really the way it is, I'd probably go back to Surgical.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Plus, of course, some kind of artifact you Graveyard Hate to find of Saga, but Surgical is quite good with Tamiyos as well. You can pick it up.
That's true. Yeah.
I have another question.
Yeah.
How good does it feel like when it's like an important match and you literally just go turn 1 Nomads, turn 2 Illusionist, GG?
Oh, yeah, very good. Like it's.
Like when they tap out for, like if you're on the play and they tap out for Ponder on the first turn and they pass back and you're like, yeah.
And you've got
come
the
at me.
Cavern.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's especially like against some decks like Mystic Forge and Nardo Elves and like less interactive, more linear combo decks. It's super powerful to have that as an option. And just for them to have to respect it. Like if you go turn 1 Shuko, like the
Oh, it's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, the Mystic Forge deck must respect the possibility of me just having a Nomad. So if they have a Costlex command, are they going to play the One Ring and just be dead to me playing the Nomad, the Illusionist? They have no idea if I have it.
Win through a ring.
Yeah, God bless that's Oracle not saying target player loses the game.
Yeah, for sure.
It would be so bad in multiplayer.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
People would hate you so much.
But I didn't get to high roll people that much in these tournaments, and it's not too common. Like I think perhaps one of every 6 games or something like that it happens. Perhaps
that last gone right. Wait, just against me? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It does happen. Like it's not uncommon, but it's not super common. Like in the actually Lamb, I don't think it happened at all. In the Friday tournament, it happened once, I think, perhaps twice.
Yeah, like.
But I'm also a bit more of a conservative player. I like playing out the Shuko, the Nomad, and then make him sweat.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, but like having access to these free wins in matchups that are a race is just such a important part of one of the best decks in Legacy. I think it's you kind of, I think like tempo decks are the only deck really that just doesn't get free wins that's out there putting up results at all these days. And tempo still does do the Wasteland. Actually, to be honest, like a quick flipped Tamiyos is kind of a free win sometimes. So
yeah, sometimes a Wasteland can be free win as well if someone has a shaky mono base. So I'm not sure that like it's more based on the opponent, but I feel my combo is interactive enough that like it requires them to not have interaction for it to be free win truly.
Another question about breakfast as a whole. It probably depends on the metagame, I guess, but like the removal spells. You have 3 swords main deck and 1 prismatic ending main deck, and then you have another ending sideboard, another sword sideboard. How do you decide what removal to play in what numbers? Or like why do you play these ones now?
It's mostly a bit on like vibes and like what I want to remove, and because I played anywhere between 0 and 6 removal spells in the main deck. I haven't gone less than I think 3 since Nardo came out.
Because I was going to say, Nardu lends itself to playing a long game, right? So if let's say Nardu didn't exist or wasn't in this deck, you might not play removal spells.
I probably still would. I think the best version of the old breakfast deck was the one with removal spells in the main deck.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's so many matchups where it's important.
Mm-hmm. I guess like Prismatic Ending especially, I see so many main deck needles and disruptive flutes everywhere and stuff.
Yeah, it's that on the flip side of Tamiyos as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which it takes. So I'm actually quite high on Ending. It's one of the cards I'd like to play more of.
Yeah, I can see this deck. You would probably like to have another one main deck.
Yeah, I can see a pattern forming whenever you like Ending, like you win tournaments.
Yeah.
You're just like basically just finding excuses. Okay, so maybe this is gonna be good against. Like, okay, let's stick some endings in there. No, but really cool card.
Yeah. And final questions. Well, Cavern of Souls. Talk to me about that because like I've seen one main or one sideboard like for a while, but like one main, one side now. And whenever I see that card in this deck, it looks insane. But I probably don't see the downsides of it. Like a 2-lander and one's a Cavern, and you've got Ponder Brainstorm in your hand.
Yeah. The downside is real. Like it doesn't make for that many keepable hands. There are a few keepable hands where we keep on the back of Cavern of Souls without being able to cast your cantrips.
Yeah.
But like as we said time and time again, is that like the mana of this deck is absolutely horrendous. Like I played 20 lands, 3 of which are Ursa Saga, and then there's the Plains and the Savannah.
Yeah.
And the Cavern. So that's 6 lands that's on tap for blue. So it's really 14 blue sources for the cantrips, of which 2 of them are survey lands.
I'm just looking at it like I would want another land as well, but
but like you're also you're quite pressured on your cantrips as is. Like you often have plenty of cards to put back.
Yeah,
with Brainstorm.
Especially in this deck, you have so many kind of clunkers. The Dread Return somehow just is the top of every breakfast deck.
Yeah, but for sure, like being a 21 land deck is not wrong. And at the time playing 2 Cavern, 2 Saga, and especially against the Days Tempo decks, being able to play out Shuko, go basic, and then free slam Cavern Nadu.
Yeah.
It's a common play pattern, and it's very powerful against them.
So would you say Cavern's more for tempo? Like
but I bring in the Cavern of Souls in every blue matchup, basically.
Makes sense.
You usually name Wizard, I would guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's no peeking. Yeah. What are the creature types of Nomads and Core?
It's a Nomad, Core Nomad.
Core Nomad?
Is it Core Nomad?
And the one that's actually printed on the card? Soldier.
Soldier, Soldier. I know that because that's what I usually name with the count. So it's shame on me for not remembering.
If only it was a wizard as well.
Cephalid Illusionist is not a Cephalid Wizard anymore. It's an Octopus Wizard.
Oh shit! Yeah, they changed that, right?
Yeah, I think Narcomoeba is just an illusion. Tamiyos is a Moonfolk Wizard, I think. Oracle is a Moonfolk Wizard.
Yeah. I'm cheating. I'm looking at the cards.
And Nod, of course, a Bird Wizard.
Yeah.
Nice. I just realized you can actually cast Fairy Macabre.
Yeah, I can. I've had the opportunity to, but I've never actually done it because like it's never worth it.
Stupid, yeah. I guess if you have like both caverns and you name like Fairy and Rogue, then you get that.
Yeah, but I think some like when I've gone off with Nod, I've had the opportunity to do so.
Nice.
Why?
Like when you really need the jump blocker for a turn.
And then the sideboard is, you've got a Cavern, 2 Consigns, 3 Fairies, 3 Force Negation, 1 Ghost Vacuum, 1 Pithing Needle, 1 Prismatic Ending, 1 Serenity. You know what? That Serenity, I've got like flashbacks of playing on you online a bunch of times, and I've lost the Serenity from you so many times.
I hate that card so much.
And then a Swords and Fairy. Anything like that's like is for this metagame? Especially, like, I guess the Ghost Vacuum's more.
It's quite heavy on Graveyard Hate. Like, 2 in the main plus and an additional 4 in the sideboard if you count a Yearn in the main.
Yeah, because I guess the nice thing for Breakfast is I've got to assume that Reanimator probably keeps in the Reanimator plan because their fair plan doesn't beat you, so you can be sure that they're staying on the plan.
Yes, and if they do go for the fair plan, I'm usually quite happy about that.
Yeah,
because most of the time I lose is to a quick reanimation. And even when you have these things, you can still be. They can bounce your vacuum. They can discard your macabre.
Yeah, totally. This might be giving away your secrets for Eternal Weekend, but what do you side out against Reanimator? Like, what's your plan?
I'm a bit like moving around.
Feel free
like,
to lie.
Yeah. But
I side out all the combo. Yep, just side out your
but for this
removal.
event,
side out all my lands.
generally did side out like 2 illusionists, 1 Archimedes, the hedge mace.
Very specific.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep hands based off the hedge mace. Basically, is the reason, and they're not attacking your mana that much. Sided out the I don't remember, some combination of force and days depending on play draw.
So a bit of trimming. So like they've still got to just be scared of your combo.
Yeah, for sure.
And so you find the like Nadu combo a bit better than Cephalid because of Bowmasters, I guess. Push things like that.
Yeah, I'm not that scared of Bowmasters. Like it's mostly like they have a bunch of push for sure.
Yeah.
And them having the 3/2 shadow. Dude.
Deathly Voidwalker.
Yeah, Voidwalker.
So I guess you bring in the 4th swords and stuff as well against them.
Yeah. So I bring in the swords, the ending,
Berries, Cavern.
Yeah, all the graveyard hate and the cavern.
Cool. And Ghost
I did
Vacuum.
not bring in. Yeah.
And Teferi?
No, I did not bring in the
Teferi.
Teferi
Okay.
this time.
Cool.
I like that better versus like the random white decks like Death and Taxes or.
Oh, sure. So they can't like Swords and Solitude and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Because sorry, go on.
Yeah, there are a few other variations I've tried a few times. Like I've tried boarding out the Nardus or trim on the Nardus more and like be more of a quick combo deck. Try taking out all the counter spells and be like play fab with graveyard hate. But I'm not sure what's actually best.
This is why that deck is so powerful, is because you never know for sure that they're taking out the combo, the Entomb side, which I would guess that they don't usually against you.
Yeah, almost no one does take out them all. Like a lot of people take out 2 Entombs and like one of the fatties. Most people, I would say, does not take out anything of that package. And
yeah, cool. Do you think is it a positive matchup, or do you find it close?
I find it close. I think Reanimator is a bit favored. It's the best deck of the format for a reason.
Yeah.
But like you definitely got game, and you can get lucky, and you can. But it's close. Like it's not you're not run over.
Yeah.
But,
no, because I mean in my head Reanimator is the best deck, but like Forge and Nadu Breakfast is probably like tied for second, I think. Which is weird because we don't see Nadu Breakfast like do that well online.
Yeah, but I think the thing is that there haven't been that many players playing it. Like
yeah, fair.
But even still, like it just won 2 of the showcases thus far.
Yeah,
one of. SEC.
I guess it does better in bigger events like the showcase and ELM now and stuff. Yeah. But I think you're pretty right. It's just based on who's playing it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and like now I've seen a bunch of people playing it just this last after ELM and doing real well with it.
That makes sense.
So perhaps it's going more into the mainstream.
It's always been tier 1, but it's been Sleeper actually like second best deck after Reanimator, and people are realizing now thanks to you. Yeah,
and it's also like the under deck I wanted to beat here is of course Mystic Forge. Like that's why all the consigned and forces are in. Yeah. The forces are all for general combo decks.
What's your like generic side out against them? Like Tamio, Nadu, or 2?
Tamio is not that great.
Swords?
Swords is awful.
So...
If they want to go for their Eldrazi thing, that's fine.
Yeah, fair.
And then you can take out the basic planes. Doesn't help you very much.
Yeah.
And they're not attacking your mana.
Yeah, that's a nice swap out.
Yeah, and then perhaps like a Days, especially on the draw, aren't that amazing, but
that makes sense. Yeah, no, I mean, just looking at the sideboard and hearing you talk about it makes sense. Like the 3 Fairy Macabre and 3 Force Negation stick out as like those are your main sideboard cards for these kind of decks.
Yep.
Graveyards for the Mirror and Reanimator, and then Force for combo, because combo is pretty good in Legacy these days.
It turns out.
We might have talked about that on previous episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, but actually Doomsday is one of the decks I'm quite scared to meet. I lost to Kai just a few days before.
Oh, no way.
Oh, that's you?
Dude, I was just very lucky, you know, as always, dude. Yeah, Magic Online. It was like one of those days where like the Prime subscription really paid off.
We used to call it the whitelist.
Yeah, the whitelist. Yeah.
The children of Worth Warpart or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I would say this though, like whenever I play against Cephalic Breakfast,
you don't give a shit, right?
Yeah, like I honestly, yeah, in short, yeah, if you want to say it like in very short, like I actually don't give a shit, and I like because I like Cephalic Breakfast. I think like the mana base is weak, like that's definitely one of them. But like it also doesn't run many counters, right? Like it has like forces and a couple of dazes, and that's usually it.
Yeah.
So they can't like they are kind of like a terrible control deck, you know, and so I just like to jam mostly, and of course like there are like they can also present a very early kill, which I have to respect as a Doomsday player too, especially on the draw, like where I have to like prioritize maybe like cards like Dismember, Fatal Push maybe, or I don't know, like do something else, right? But
Dismember and Fatal Push don't sound like jam to me, but.
What do you mean? Yeah, but like they also don't work half of the time.
Yeah, true.
But like the point being that like I don't know if you're successful if you wanna like out control Cephalic Breakfast. I don't think that actually
No, I don't think
works
that's
out.
a winning strategy. I think if you're a combo deck playing against Breakfast, like especially a quick one, you want to jam.
Yeah.
Just kill him. Just kill him.
Yeah. Like, you know that meme where, like, you know, with like that curve where, like, you know, all the beginners, they just jam without thinking. And then, like, in the middle, they're like, dude, I have to play around this, that, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, in, like, the pros, they go, like, dude, just jam. You know? Yeah, it's just that.
That's true, I think, for a lot of legacy decks. It's fun.
Dude, I think, like, Doomsday versus Sephiroth, I think you just jam. And if they have a forcible, then so be it, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I actually lose quite a bit of games because I don't jam.
Yeah.
I think for example, the semifinals of DLM, I played against Nord Elves. Game 1, I could have just at one point brainstormed so that I had to put 2 cards back, and I could
You could have put 1 back if you just got away with it.
yeah, sure. Yeah, no, but the thing is, I didn't have a shuffle or anything, and I didn't have the mana to combo immediately, so I would have to draw one of the cards. And I had 1 Archamoeba and 1 Oracle of my combo cards. So if I go for the combo, if I leave the Oracle as my as the card on top after my draw for turn, I can go for the combo. But then if he has Endurance and he played 4 in the main, I'm left with nothing.
It's hard to pull the trigger on those kind of things.
Yeah,
but I guess it's like
that game was a bit close. Like so if I leave the Narcomoeba instead, I can go for Dread Return on Nadu, and then hopefully like it happens early enough so that I can get the lands of my Nadu triggers to play the Oracle. But I found it quite late in the deck, so I had to pass the turn, and I actually nearly lost there. Had he gone for 1 more high roll of his Silver Safekeeper.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, he would have found a win.
Tie games.
Yeah, but then the second game, there I had a needle for his Firm Carbs, so I was only playing around Endurance, and there I should have really gone for it. But like it's hard, like it's rough. You need to make those decisions there, and sometimes they're wrong, even for me.
Nice. Yeah, cool. I was just kind of comparing some things between Gustav's list and yours. He's got a Lotus Petal main. Have you ever tried that?
I did. I actually he attributes that to me, but I abandoned it. Yeah, so I liked it quite a bit, and I. Especially in the Bowmaster heavy meta, like Bowmaster Days thing, it's really good because partly like just having an artifact in play makes the first construct Bowmaster safe. It plays around Days. It's like especially with Cavern, can help you. And since you are a combo deck, you often just need them on a once. It is.
I played a bunch of Breakfast before Nadu with Stoneforge and stuff, and I found I put a petal in after a few leagues, and I loved it as well. It's pretty good, but I can see how it's like it's one of these weird things where it's actually pretty bad to draw quite often. Yeah, it's cool.
But it makes it all that much easier to cast your fairies.
Yes, that's the real reason.
Yeah, secret reason.
Cool. So you've kind of answered this already, but one of the things I was going to say, like, preparing for Eternal Weekend now, are you going?
I think so. Yeah, the plan is to go both to the one in Pittsburgh and the one
awesome.
In Lucca.
So retain the crown and get a new crown.
Yeah. Well, that's the dream, but I think the most realistic expectation is have a lot of beers and.
That's exactly why you're going to win both with that attitude.
Some fun games as well.
Are you thinking to play breakfast, I guess, or are you just not sure?
Yeah, if I were to play them now, yeah, breakfast absolutely. So
makes sense. I don't think there's a reason not to. Just wondering. Like, we might get an emergency BNR before it. Who knows? Probably.
Yeah,
not.
yeah, anything can happen, and there might be some sick card in Spider-Man.
It's true. There's a better thing to bring back than the Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a silly question because you did so well at the weekend, but like, would you change anything in the list going forward? Maybe the third Tamiyo, if the meta stays the same.
I think I want the third Tamiyo.
You already wanted it beforehand, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not really in love with the Fear in the sideboard either, but like, it did win me a game versus like the Boris Energy deck.
Yeah.
Probably still not worth it. I'm not sure at all about Serenity right now. Like, it's not very good against the Mystic Forge.
Yeah.
You much rather have endings and consigns.
Cool.
So yeah. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not going to do a huge overhaul.
No,
overhaul
makes sense.
of the deck, but
it's obviously working.
Yeah.
And anyone like picking up the deck, would you just anything you would like say? Jam more often, or
yeah. Well, in the start. When you learn in the deck, it's often very good to just jam and like see what kind of interaction they have.
It's true. Like losing,
but then like
is a very good way to learn.
Yeah, but don't like just no they had it, and they just think a bit more. Okay, they had it, but like what did they have, and were there any tells, anything, or like would it have been better for me to not go for it here?
Yeah,
those kind of things.
I feel like this deck is one of your points earlier. This deck exacerbates it even more than ever. It's so important to know what kind of cards people are playing in the sideboards, like what kind of graveyard hate. Like, do you want to be Pithing Needling, Fairy Macabre in the blind against other things, and like what kind of graveyard hate does Mystic Forge play, and if anything at all, and stuff like that. So like, I'm pretty sure Mystic Forge doesn't play Leyline, and like doesn't really play graveyard hate, so you can just kind of jam into them a bit more.
Yeah, they play the Leylines, and some play Mystic Fairy Macabres, and like Fairy Macabres are. It's the scariest card to play against. Like, I have no. The only way I have to beat it is the where I can needle it or I can journey it.
Yeah.
But like if they have two, sure, I just lose.
Yeah.
If I go for it, so
Cool.
you sometimes just need to do the read, but like you also like analyze. Oh, does it get better for me if I don't go for it? Like sometimes you just need to take the chance.
But yeah, definitely do your research and look up what people are playing, what other decks are playing. I think. Cool. We've got some listener questions. Unless Julian, Kai, you've got anything you want to ask?
I just have one very important question I'm going to ask later.
Cool.
But yeah, we received quite a bit of listener questions. Should we just jump into the very first one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is going to come from Tom De Decker, one of the main organizers of the ELM. And he's asking, what sets you apart from other breakfast players that makes you successful with the deck? So what's your special kind of touch? What's your gift that you don't see in other players?
I'm not sure. Like I think it's mostly that I've played very, very much with the deck.
I mean, that's fair, right?
Yeah.
That's how I also feel about elves a lot of times when people ask me about that. Like, I think, so especially when it comes to these kinds of decks, right? I would get, like, I guess I'm answering the question for you now, but just because, like, I really, like, I resonate to all of the stuff that you said about how to play the deck and, like, putting the opponent under pressure and, like, making them play the guessing game. And I feel like when you play a lot, you can really feel it.
Yeah, and I guess I have a somewhat good poker face when playing, so like it's not super easy to read if I have stuff or not. But I think just mostly just playing a lot, so I know the interactions, know what matters.
Okay, so what kind of tell do you have when you actually have it?
He just said he doesn't have one.
Oh, that's the tell, right?
The trick is just always have it. There we go.
Yeah, I guess.
Never didn't have it. Or is there something that you see other like breakfast players do wrong? Like in a way that you think like, oh, you guys keep doing this and I don't think that's good?
I don't know. Like one thing in general is like people can scoop too early. and not like if you scoop, it's very easy to know that they don't have anything because they scooped. Just make them go through it because like even online people, including me, just play the combo, do a few activations to see if we get the scoop, even if we have Dread Return or so in hand.
Yeah, always make them do it because there could be 2 Nakamoebas in hand, and the out is that you scoop.
Yeah, so always make them do it. And actually, it was the quarterfinals of the Friday event where my only out basically was to try and induce the scoop with.
Love it.
Because I had the Dread Return in hand.
Was there like ever a situation where you have the combo and you start milling and then because of your opponent's body language maybe you stop after like 4 connections
for sure.
and then you just pass turn?
Yeah, absolutely. Mostly kind of their online I don't in person it has happened sometime I think, but then you usually get to tell a bit earlier than online. It's harder to read.
I'm a never ever F6 online.
Yeah. I'm an F6 guy who then very quickly presses F3 when the right moment comes up. So I can like fake that I have 6, but I didn't really. But then again, that's
I'm a bit more like that as well.
Like
such
a sneaky dude.
And I like to un F6 even if I don't have anything, so make them sweat.
Yeah, nice.
Make them sweat.
Yeah. But then another thing, another
the
tip
most
against
random moment. It's like, oh, character fetch land. Oh, give me a second here.
Another tip of playing against the deck is like it's often correct to not counter the illusionist and instead try to counter the Dread Return.
Interesting.
But
okay.
those situations are mostly when the opponent does not have a green source in play. Because if you have a green source in play, then you need 2 counters. You need to counter for the Dread Return and for the Member's Journey later.
Yeah. It's very hard to play against this deck.
I think we are so trained not to do that, coming from the times when the deck would still play chemotherapy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
And that makes it much easier because I'd much rather have the fight about the illusionist rather than often. Yeah.
Should we jump to Kinda's question because that's kind of the weird one? So
no, this is the most important one. Sorry.
oh, that's the most important
Yes.
one. Okay, sure.
So Kinda asks, have you tried Effeto Alchemist in Nadu yet?
The short answer is no, I have not. I know other people played it. I know Francis FGC.
Yep.
Wait, that wasn't like a trick question. That was like an actual card people play.
Oh yeah.
Who untaps itself.
Yeah, so it just generates Nadu triggers. I know it's pretty good in Vintage. It's like if you're not playing white for nomads, it's like one of the better ways to actually.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
it looks like a joke card, but it's done quite well.
But he brews trouble after all, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But wait, how does it work? Like, you do it twice, and then what?
Yeah, you can do it from another trigger. So you do it twice on itself and once on something else. So it's at least 3 triggers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So that's the idea.
Yeah.
And it's another wizard. Okay.
You play it with like Time Vault in Vintage?
Yeah, that's slightly more sense.
And the One Ring in Vintage as well.
Yeah.
So it is a banger, but not really in Legacy though. In my opinion.
He did say yet, so you need to try it at some point, I think.
Yeah.
You could have won
probably like
the Friday event as well if you played it.
I have actually played the Breakfast in Vintage. It's pretty fun.
Let's get 4 copies of those guys into Legacy.
Yeah, the best thing about playing Breakfast in Vintage is when your opponent playing Oops and just gives you 3 creatures to nod with. Yeah.
Cool.
But the answer is no.
Oh, yet.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, next one. Martin from Prague says, for Johan, difference in playing, preparing for, and winning an open tournament like Eternal Weekend and invite-only tournament like ELM. Did you differentiate?
Okay, so I think for playing the main differences, like I know a lot more of the players in the ELM than in like the Eternal Weekend. So in the ELM, like a big chunk of the player base, I will know what I'm playing against when I'm facing them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense.
But like not necessarily before. Like the ELM is still too big of a tournament to like do super specific metagame where like I'm going to put him on this deck and her on that deck. Like it's still too big for that.
Because I guess the way breakfast sideboards or the cards you choose are just quite good against generic things as well.
Yeah. But I still like thought about the metagame as a whole, like I would for a big event like the Eternal Weekend for this one. Like the difference comes up more in like, for example, the Stockholm league finals where we're 16 people.
Know everything.
Yeah. Then it's more like you can put niche cards for a specific person or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's where Feto Alchemist shines, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hear the disdain in your voice.
No, honestly, like I love the card. It's from
Yeah.
like it's a morph from Onslaught. Like, what's not to love about that?
True.
Yeah.
True.
It is a cool card. It's
Apparently, it's
wonderful.
also like €2.50. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
But
Yeah. So for even much smaller tournaments like that, or for the showcase qualifier, which is like 30 people,
yeah,
then you can do much more specific metagaming. Because those metas would be much more skewed than what ELM was, or what I
true.
thought it would be beforehand.
you can do the things like I didn't play any ley lines in Painter because I just didn't think there's going to be more than one, maybe two people playing Oops at ELM.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I did not put people on Oops there,
Yeah.
but I'd like.
Because it doesn't change your sideboard stuff.
No, it doesn't really.
Yeah. Cool. I think, that makes sense. Makes sense a lot. Another one from Tom. So he says, this is kind of self-serving, and I could just ask him directly, but what does he think of ELM as a concept, and what would he do differently if he had free reign?
Rubbish, trash. Get rid of it.
No. I like it quite a bit. This was my second time playing. I played it 2 years ago.
Nice.
But it's super fun. Like it's the main event itself is fun. Like with meeting a bunch of people from across Europe, and the like national pride of it is also part of the fun with the player profiles and stuff beforehand. And that is actually something that could be improved on. Like they come up quite late. I think the last ones were up just a few days before the event itself.
Okay.
Like having them a month or so.
Yeah. That's good feedback, because I think it is on the reps quite often to get that out, but that is good feedback.
Perhaps if you even could like put them up as people qualified.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a cool idea. What I would love to see, but not so English players, including myself, did very badly. But I'd love to see like by country stats. Like I think Sweden did very well, right?
Yeah, Tom mentioned that. I think they ran the numbers internally a lot, and I think apparently like Belgium and Sweden did really well, and also somebody mentioned the Czech Republic was supposed to be. They also mentioned that like big countries will always like not do well. I don't know. I guess because it's harder to have like outliers. I guess if you have an outlier to the top and the bottom, it doesn't mean as much. So as a big country, you gravitate towards the median.
But it's always like there are few Germans there per capita as well. Like how many were you? 14 Germans or something? But
that's like one of the biggest discussions in ELM that I've ever like.
Over
the years, like how many slots do you allocate to each country and stuff?
Yeah. But like I don't know. There's another like really fun thing with ELM. It adds flair to like local events where people actually really want ELM spot.
I mean, the very fact that we are talking about this is already like kind of cool, right? It doesn't really matter all that much which way it's fair or which way it's not fair, because in the end it doesn't matter. But it's still a cool thing to talk about. And like I wouldn't have guessed that, like for example, that Belgium did so well. I guess it helped that Tom didn't play him. No. Tom is really good. Like I've played him in finals and stuff. Like he's really good.
Yeah, but it's fun. But we were quite a few Swedes actually. But we took quite a few extra spots. Like I got an extra spot from the turn weekend. Hampe got an extra spot from winning the main event the day before.
Oh, because he was not qualified, was he?
Yeah, no,
nice.
He wasn't. Ola got the spot from Denmark.
Oh yeah, stealing spots. That reminds me so much of PTQs back in the day.
I love this part of it. I got a French slot, so
yeah.
And, you have to speak French during it, right? And like, but doesn't Niklas Holtmann always like win the Austrian one somehow?
Oh, God, he just shouts until they give it to him.
Yeah. Winners!
Yeah. But in general, like it's super much like the event this time was super well run. It was super fun to be there. Perhaps better food on the venue, but like I really liked the token thing, and they had beer there, so it was nice.
They had good beers, that was good.
Yeah, they got a huge beer sponsorship apparently.
Yeah, it's super nice. During the watching party for the main event on this Saturday, so the day before the LM, where I was watching my friend Hampe, we got free beer and free croissants when they were closing.
I didn't get that.
No, but you weren't there. You were out having dinner.
That's true. Shame on me. Fair enough. That was a really cool thing. They had Julian. They had like a projector, and and a bunch of chairs down at the back, so you could go and everyone, like loads of people were watching the stream while it was on. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I
love that.
That was one of the absolute best touches, I thought. Just having like a watching area for the stream going on at the event. Really, really, really good.
Wait, so when Kai and I were doing commentary, like it was broadcasted there?
Yeah.
No idea,
you didn't do commentary last weekend, did you?
Oh no, yeah, dude, that was Impact Returns.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I loved it as well. Cool. All right, back to the deck for a couple of questions, and then Julian's very important question. So Jamie Hardy, a friend, has a couple of questions. One is, did the Saga rules change make the deck better?
Perhaps slightly. Like the thing is, you're still very bad against Blood Moon, but you're a bit less bad versus Blood Moon.
Yeah, because he was thinking like it at least doesn't kill your Saga, then you can Hydroblast if you have Hydroblast. But
I usually don't like playing Hydroblast that much.
Fair.
But the thing is, like, sure, it made that, but it kind of made those Blood Moon decks more common. So I don't know, slightly better, but like it's not a big effect. I think generally, like the bigger thing perhaps is it has turned people off from the Harboring of the Seas, which is much less common than it was like half a year ago or something.
Because I guess Harboring, as long as you fetch your planes, you're kind of okay against it.
Yeah.
Don't really care.
Yeah, Blood Moon is still much more awful.
Yeah, fair.
So it's made sure that there are fewer Harbingers around, and when you play against them, you're better off versus them.
So give or take.
But like it really doesn't matter that much, I'd say.
Fair. What a rubbish question, Jamie. God, do better next time. All right, and for a very loaded question, I don't know how deep you want to go on this. Is Nadu ban-worthy? Ban-worthy could mean, do you think it should be banned? But probably means like, do you think it's good or bad for the format?
I don't think it should be banned, but like I wouldn't be like super surprised if it was either. Like I don't think it's too good. It's still a free drop, which requires setup.
Yeah.
Like sure, it can be annoying to play against, but like
so can a lot of cards.
Yeah.
Because I thought that it was going to be too good and probably should be banned after whatever the last round of bans was.
There was like. I think you said that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. I really thought it was going to be better than it was, and it is really, really good. But I thought it would be even a bit more obnoxious and stuff. So I'm glad to say that it's calmed down a little bit. Yeah. Because like the play patterns, sometimes it's if you're playing like a fair deck, I guess, an interactive deck, you kind of play this long grindy game, and then eventually there's just like, oh, here's a Nadu with a Shuko or something. But I guess you need to remove the Shuko is the real answer to that question.
Yeah, it's hard for decks that rely too heavily on removal spells to just beat it.
Yeah.
Because then they can be overloaded, and like just removal still gets you value from Nadu.
Yeah.
Unless you have a value engine, like if you're a control deck and have beans going or whatever, like it can be rough.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, no, I think a clear no resounds from that.
Cool. Yeah, I think we all feel the same about it right now.
And Julian, do you have a question?
Oh no, it's just like we always talk about all these mental things, like mental, like all your capabilities as a Magic player. But people also want to know like which kind of guy you are like physically. But that sounds actually weirdly sexual.
Weird. Okay.
No, yeah. I was just wondering like if you were to go into like an arena, right, like Roman Colosseum and stuff, and you had to fight 1-on-1 against an animal. What is the biggest animal you could beat in a 1-on-1 fight?
The biggest animal.
The biggest animal.
Yeah, I think I could beat a whale in a fight, but I don't think there's put up much fight.
I guess, but like we have to discuss what constitutes beating.
Outlasting okay. It just drowns.
Yeah. Okay. Like.
But that doesn't. It's hardly a fair fight. In a fair fight.
He's got you here, Julian.
I don't know. Like I wouldn't put my fighting capabilities that high. Like would probably be some dumb animal that can be outsmarted or outrun. But,
how about an orangutan?
Dude, like an orangutan. Like also, I love how you guys pronounce that in English. In German, we say orang-utan.
Yeah, in Swedish, it's basically the same orangutan.
Like that guy is gonna mess you up like crazy. Like there's no way you can beat that guy.
I could beat like 5 of them, but whatever.
5. Are you one of those guys who also answers that, like, oh yeah, I could beat a bear
Dude,
in a fight?
I'm a professional boxer. Like, what do you want?
Like 20% of like males think that they can like beat a bear, like a black bear enough. Black bear you can't even beat, I guess. But no, I'm one of those. Of those 20%. No, but like a grizzly bear, people, you read the craziest stats.
Johan, could you be a grizzly bear?
Just a tutu.
Could I bring my Cephalid deck or? Do I need...
You can have an Archimedes to help you.
Help in combat, yeah. I don't think I could box down a grizzly bear. No.
No, so what's a reasonable sized land animal that you could take down? It's a really hard question, right? I think about it all the time.
Could you be like a Julian or a Kai?
How big are wolverines?
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I can help. If it's a cat. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay, now we're gonna get cancelled as a podcast. Like, the internet loves cats. Like, Kai is gonna be on the news. This guy has tried beating cats.
Alright, okay, I'm gonna downgrade to him.
I was actually thinking about this at work the other day again. I asked ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said, yeah, so the largest animal an average human can beat is like a large bird. Like, the fuck, what's supposed to be a large bird?
But
right?
the large bird they're fucking enormous. So like.
Oh. Like a pigeon.
Yeah. An albatross or something. They have
like
meters of wingspan.
Yeah, but also like, is it an ostrich or is it like, I don't know, like a swan or a turkey? Like, large birds can be anything.
I couldn't beat a swan. God no.
No, like
they're terrifying.
Wasn't that this news in the UK like a couple of years ago of one guy grabbing a swan by the neck and like slamming it as a weapon to beat somebody else up with a swan? And then he got into real trouble because technically all swans belonged back then to the Queen, I guess now to King Charles, I guess.
Yeah,
and I think that happened in the UK.
Yeah, that sounds like an anime story almost. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually happened, but it could have actually been in Germany because it was like really big news. And if Callum doesn't remember it, then it probably happened in Germany. Somebody like grabbed a swan by the neck and used it like as a club. Anyway, okay. I see where. If you don't know, I guess you guys can think about it. Also, do we have like a demon of the month? Like we totally didn't do that last time, but I liked it so
Johan,
much.
what's your favorite demon in Magic?
My favorite demon in Magic.
Yeah, because we do like a demon of the month, demon of the episode.
Yeah, like this is the second time we're ever doing it in like 4 weeks or something.
Yeah, this is like how we've been always.
It's fine. You can Google search MTG demon quickly. Choose your favorite.
Just say it's Infernal Denizen.
Because our first one was Grinning Demon.
Don't say it's Tombstalker.
It is probably Grizzlebrand, I think. Tombstalker is pretty cool, but
I can respect that.
Yeah.
Especially now, whenever I see someone put in a Grizzlebrand, I'm a bit happy.
How we've come along like that.
Yeah,
the state of legacy in 2025.
Yeah, it's a cute little Grizzlebrand.
Like, oh yeah, sweet. Okay, I'm gonna kill you next turn.
But my actual favorite card in Magic, now with the Avatar set coming up, have you seen the card Johan from Legends?
Oh no.
My namesake. He even has like Avatar arrow.
Oh my god! I used to have one of these when I was a kid. Yes.
Yeah, he looks like Darth Maul.
Yes.
Meets Aang, the Airbender.
Darth Maul.
Oh yeah, and you look at it, and you're like, how is this a Naya card? Like this is obviously black red.
Yeah, that
Human wizard, my ass. Seriously. It's like a demon wizard at best. Demon necromancer or something.
Having a card named after you is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I just like reading the card text. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may have Johan gain Johan can't attack. At the end of combat, if you do, attacking doesn't cause creatures you control to tap this combat. If Johan is untapped. So basically, like,
if
he
doesn't
stays
attack,
back, your creatures gain vigilance for a turn.
Yeah.
And these are 6 mana 5/4. I mean, they're much
for Legends. That's this insane card.
I was gonna say, like Legends, like this is on the upper end of good cards.
Nice.
Mark Tedin. Okay. I bet somebody's gonna use that as their commander or something.
I mean, Johan
like Naya beatdown deck. Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. You guys want to add anything? Also, Johan, you want to give any shout-outs to people who supported you to business ventures related to Magic or unrelated to Magic or anything you want to shout out?
Well, a big shout-out for the entire ELM team with Tom the Decker and Miacha and everyone who put ELM together. Mm-hmm. And another shout-out, I guess, for the Swedish Team Sweden during that event.
Yeah,
did really well. Yes, beyond me and for the players here in Stockholm.
not everybody can be as good as you. Can you imagine like how it must feel for that other Johan Larsson? Who's like, oh my god, no, nobody's ever gonna remember me in Magic.
Yeah. He plays Warhammer now.
Oh yeah, I bet. But he's really good there.
He is. Yeah.
I know Johan Larsson, the Pro Tour champion. He plays Warhammer now.
That's who Julian's thinking of.
Yeah.
Is
Probably.
Yeah.
And everyone.
Johan Larsson, who played on the Pro Tour, is not playing Magic anymore.
Yeah, he plays Cube now in Stockholm.
Okay. Didn't know he was playing Warhammer.
Joe Larson. Yeah, there was the biggest, most competitive event last weekend, and he went undefeated.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's really good.
Cool. So yeah, thanks again for coming on the show on rather short notice here. And yeah, I'm not gonna close it out with saying I wanna play Sapphire Breakfast now because I've been enjoying Elf so much. But this, as we talked about, right, strategically, this is very much up my alley.
Yeah, I want to play it. So,
well,
yeah.
Julian, Elves, it dies to removal and to counter spells. Why not play a deck that also dies to graveyard hate? It's
Dude, that was the joke about Sapphire Breakfast for such a long time because you surely know, right? This was a deck in like 2004, 5,
Look,
6.
I know because you told the podcast at some point.
Yeah, and then like it was the biggest joke in Legacy for such a long time. It literally dies to any kind of interaction, and then all of a sudden it comes back, right? And you mentioned that Oracle is like a big part of that.
The trick, if you draw the Dread Return, have it in hand, you're not going to die to the graveyard hate because you can't go for the graveyard combo.
you know how like if you're on the other side of the board and you have graveyard hate and they keep milling and then all of a sudden you realize they're not gonna ever mill Oracle, are they? And then you see and they have 2 mana open, you're like, oh fuck this.
Yeah, that happens. The best are when you mill just to get your Narcomoebas into play. And then you stop. And they sit with their graveyard hate thinking like, oh shit, now I'm facing the Cephalid Air Force.
The Cephalid Air Force.
Oh, it's terrifying.
That's a good way to close it out. Maybe we're gonna name the episode like that.
Yeah, Cephalid Air Force. I like it.
Awesome. So yeah, we're gonna call it a day here. Thank you so much. Also on the next episode, by the way, we're gonna review Callum's and Kai's experience at Eternal Mania, and well,
it's a lot less successful.
Yeah,
you did top 8 the pre-modern.
I did.
Ooh, spoiler.
I feel
so
like
if you've
that's
been listening until here, yeah.
That's the report every single time. I'm like, I suck at Legacy and I top 8 to the pre-modern. Every time.
This is how our career closes out, right? Did you play Goblins?
I did, yes.
Awesome, cool. Yeah. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Also, thank you to all of our Patreons on the Eternal and Grizzlebrand tier. And yeah, if you want to leave a review for us, you can do that, of course, as you know, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. You can be the first, and I want to say half a year to leave a review, hopefully a good one. And you can also support us on patreon.com/everydayeternal. Thank you so much, everybody, and see you again later this month. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.